All right, welcome back to the Montezuma Blitzball League. We got Game 7 today. It should be a pretty good matchup. Been a lot of smack talk between these two teams recently. Here's the bat toss. Home. Bombers are home. All right, we're here with Evan, team captain of the Bombers. You know, Evan, you got off to a rough start. Going into this game, how do you plan to execute, grab a win today, and try to shake off the pressure?
I say for us, we need to, more specifically for me, throw more strikes, throw strikes in the zone. Russell, he's actually leading the lead in strikeouts right now, so he's doing pretty good. But that and also get our bats going. You can't win ball games if you can't hit the ball. So hopefully we just do the basic fundamentals really good, and I think we got a good shot at it.
Any words for the opposing team?
I don't know. I hope I win. Hope y'all lose. I don't know.
L's in the chat. All right, we're here with Matthew, team captain of the Aztecs. What's your mindset going into the game, trying to get 3-0 after this one?
Yeah, it's a big game for us. If we can pull off the win today, we'll be in a great spot to get the top 3 seed. And, yeah, that's what we're trying to do today. It's rough, bro.
All righty.
Tell them to
Like and subscribe.
or we'll murder your cat.
No. All right, here we go. Kicking off Game 7. We got the Bombers, home field advantage. Got Russell, starting pitcher. Had some pretty good performances his last couple games. Had a lot of strikeouts. Looking to shut the Aztecs batting down today. I got Matthew leading off the Aztecs today. All right, first pitch to Matthew. Swung through, strike one. All right, full count to Matthew. Strikes out looking. Russell gets the first batter out, start off the inning. All right, we got Connor batting second in the lineup for the Aztecs today. 5-1. Connor's worked himself into a batter's count here. But Russell gets the outside pipe for strike 2. Full count pitch to Connor. Outside. Connor reaches first. All right, we got Colin, the last batter for the Aztecs. Knuckleball to him. Gets the top part of the zone for strike 1. 2-2 pitch. Russell way ahead in the count here. Gets him. Low part of the zone. Sits Colin down for the second out of the inning. All right, that strikeout brings Matthew back up to the plate with 2 outs. Guy on first base. Swings through. Matthew looking to do some damage here. 1-1 pitch. Hit, and that is gone. Matthew hits a 2-run shot off of Russell, putting the Aztecs up early here in the top of the first.
And that's hit deep, and that is gone. Matthew with a 2-run shot off of Russell takes him way deep.
I think that's his 3rd home run. Has homered in every game so far. Puts the Aztecs up 2-0 in the top of the first. That brings Connor back up. First pitch to him is a strike. 4-2 pitch on its way. 2 outs. In there for strike 3. That's the 3rd out of the inning, but Bombers get out of it, but not before Matthew takes Russell yard and puts the Aztecs up 2-0 in the top of the first. Okay. All right, we got Connor starting pitching for the Aztecs, and we have Evan leading off for the Bombers. We have Evan coming up for the Bombers, starting it off left-handed, making his first left-handed appearance today. 2-0 pitch to Evan. Did that get it or not? In there for strike 1. 2-1 pitch to Evan. Screwball. Hit up to Connor. Connor fields it. Makes the play to Matthew. I don't know if he was out or safe. And Evan is officially safe at first base. First appearance left-handed, gets a base hit. Russell batting second for the Bombers. 3-1 pitch. Russell grounds it to Matthew, who will tag second base and Connor drops it, but they get the out at second, but can't quite turn the double play. So Russell, it will be safe at first. Evan out at second. That's the first out of the inning. bringing up Calvin to the plate. All right, we got Calvin coming up to the plate. 3-1 pitch in there. Strike 2. 4-2 pitch to Calvin. Swings through, gets Calvin a strikeout. That's the second out of the inning. Bringing Evan back up to the plate. Oh, Evan's switching up strategies here. Goes back to right-handed hitting. 2-0 pitch. And with a slider, gets him. Gets Evan. Strike 2 on the rising slider. Got 2 strikes on Evan, looking to strike him out. But it's grounded up past Colin. Russell will be safe at second base. They're safe all around. Evan gets a round of applause and a second base hit on the day. Good start from Evan. Bombers looking to capitalize here. Starting it off strong with 2 strikes. 4-2 pitch. Screwball. Russell holds back. That'll be strike 3, third out of the inning. Connor shuts him down with 0 runs scored going into the top of the second. We got Evan coming in to relieve Russell. We got Colin coming in to lead off, top of the second. In there for strike 1 from Big Brother Evan. Full count to Colin. Leaves it outside, and Colin getting on first base. Starting it off good for the Aztecs. This brings up Matthew back up to the plate. Already has a homer. Can he do it again? Grounded up first base line. Evan gets it. Tags Matthew out. Evan is injured.
Evan's elbow went out of socket. Is he okay?
Evan testing his arm to see if he's even able to move on with this game or if he should forfeit. Or we got no outs. Connor up to the plate. Guy on first and second. Evan screwball gets in there for strike 1. We're 4-2 is the count. Don't want to put Connor on, but sits him down. First out of the inning, bringing Colin up to bat. 3-0's your count. Riser in there for the first strike of the at bat. All right, 4-2 pitch from Evan. Strike 3. Evan strikes out Colin for the second out of the inning. Bringing Matthew back up to the plate. All right, Evan's got 2 strikeouts since he's hurt his arm. Are we seeing a pattern here? Going to the knuckleball. That's hit. Ooh, that's foul ball. Blitzball stuck onto the barbed wire fence. Everyone has to stop in a maze. That's hit deep. That's up. That is gone. Matthew has his second home run on the day, putting the Aztecs up 5-0.
Oh, and Matthew hits that high, and that is going far, and that is gone. Matthew's second home run of the game.
Matthew came a little tired today, but doesn't show. Looking pretty locked in today. 1-0 pitch. Strike. 5-1 behind Connor. That's 6 balls. Connor gets a walk. Inning is still going. Colin up to the plate. Watches a strike. We have a full count to Colin. You really don't want to have to face Matthew here again. The pitch. Gets him. Evan gets out of it. Not before Matthew strikes again. Putting the Aztecs up by 5 runs. Going into the bottom of the second. Bombers desperately need to start putting runs on the board. All right, we got Matthew coming in to relieve Connor. All right, we got Calvin leading off the bottom of the second. In there for strike 1. 0-1 pitch. Matthew has that nasty 2-seam. Full count. pitch to Calvin. Misses. Calvin holds back and gets on first with a walk. Starting the inning off right for the Bombers. 4-1. Pitch to Evan. Swings through the slider. Full count. Bombers desperately need base runners here. Evan hits it up down third base line. Connor fields it. Makes the play. All right, he was safe at first apparently. 1-1 pitch to Russell. Swings through. 2-2 pitch. Slider gets him. Hits the inside pipe. Sits Russell down. Russell's not happy about that. 5-1 pitch to Calvin. With Evan coming up to bat after. Ball outside. Will load the bases with the Bombers' leading hitter, Evan, coming up to the plate. All right, Evan up to the plate. Bases loaded. A grand slam wouldn't quite get them the lead, but it'd definitely make it a lot easier here. 2-0 pitch to Evan. Swings, pops it up. Foul. Two-1 is the count. Bases loaded pitch. Evan swings through it. Oh, another foul ball. 2-2 is the count. Evan hits it deep. Grand slam. Evan comes in clutch, bringing the lead back to only a 1-run lead.
Oh my. Evan hits a grand slam.
Big moment comes through, putting the Bombers on the board with 4-5. 4-5. That was huge from Evan. That is exactly what you want to see there. 4-0 pitch. No outs. Russell grounds it down third base line. Can he beat it out? He does. Safe at first base. Bombers trying to strike again. Still only in the bottom of the second. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 for the second out of the inning. If Evan hits another home run here, the Bombers will take the lead. Oh, I thought that was it, but that was a slider in there for a strike. 2-2 pitch to Evan. Hits it. Pops it up to Connor. Who drops it? Connor drops it, and they are safe all around. 0-1 pitch. Swings through it again. Full count pitch. Again. Ball. Russell gets a walk, which loads the bases again for the Bombers. 3-2 is the count. 2-seam for Matthew. That's popped up. Matthew has to make the play, and he does. Gets out of it then, but not before Evan hits a grand slam, putting the Bombers back in it. Only down 1 run going into the top of the third. All right, Evan's coming in, top of the third. After that grand slam, I'm gonna try to keep the Aztecs within a respectable distance here. 1-1 is the count to Matthew. Strike 2, bottom of the zone. Perfect pitch. Full count pitch to Matthew. Swings, pops it up to Russell, tracks it, and makes the play for the first out of the inning. 4-0. Gets the outside pipe. Strike 1. 5-1 is the count. Evan riser misses for ball 6. Connor's on first base with 1 out. Swings through. Strike 1. 4-2 is the count. In there for strike 3. Colin watches strike 3. 5-1 is the count. Knuckleball grip. Walks him. Bringing up Connor to the plate with a guy on first and second. All right, that brings Connor up to the plate. Looks at strike 1. 4-2 count. Pitch from Evan. Gets him. Strike 3. Evan holds the Aztecs to no runs that inning. Bombers gonna try to put up 1 run here going into the bottom of the 3rd. Connor coming in to try to close the game out for the Aztecs. Evans coming in to lead off the bottom of the 3rd, trying to put together a comeback here. Slider, curveball, gets Evan, strike 1. Screwball, gets Evan to swing through, strike 2. All right, they got Evan in an 0-2 count. Rising slider gets him. Evan struck out on 3 straight pitches. It's exactly how you want to start off the inning if you're the Aztecs. 5-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. 5-1 is your count. Screwball misses low. Russell reaches first base. Only 1 out in the inning. 1 swing from Calvin to give Bombers their first win. 5-1 is your count. Bombers desperately need base runners here. Misses. Calvin gets on base, bringing Evan back up to the plate. All right, we got Evan coming back up to the plate. Guys on first and second, only 1 out. 1 swing, and it is all over here. 4-0 pitch from Connor. Evan swings through 1. Evan is in a 5-1 count. If he walks him, there will be no more room for error here. Ball outside. Connor cannot walk anymore. It is a 5-1 count. Nowhere to put Russell. If he walks him, it's tie game. Russell fouls off a pitch that would have been a ball. That would have tied the game. It is full count. A walk here ties the game. Russell swings and fouls it off. Full count. The pitch. Russell holds back, and the Bombers have tied the game. Off of walks, the Bombers have tied the game, and it is now 5-5. 1 more walk, and the Bombers have got their first win of the season. This brings Calvin up to the plate. 5-5. Strike 1, Calvin. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. 0-2 pitch. Misses at the top of the zone. 1-2 is the count to Calvin. Hits it up the middle. That's going to get through. The Bombers. Calvin has walked it off. Bombers get their first win of the year, ending the Aztecs winning streak.
Watch out! And the Bombers walk it off. Calvin walks it off. And the Bombers win the game off of a walk-off. What a game from the Bombers. They get their first win of the season. I have 0 words.
This is big for the Bombers. Desperately needed this win. Comes as a walk-off from Calvin. A great game, though, overall from the Aztecs and the Bombers. All right, I'm here with Evan after that big win from the Bombers. All right, first off, walk us through the first at-bat, batting a left hand. What was up with that?
Well, after a lot of scrimmages and stuff, I was seeing the ball really good left-handed. So I was like, first at-bat, I'm batting lefty, see how it goes from there. Did get a base hit. It was really close, but didn't hit the ball good. So it was worth a try. So.
Yep. And what do you think about your team's overall performance? You know, coming through big. You had grand slam on the game, and then Calvin with that walk-off. Just what's your thoughts on your team's overall performance today?
I could be more proud of them. It started off rough with Russell giving up that 2-run shot, but I knew we still had a chance. Hit pretty good bottom of the first, but not quite good enough. But just battled against Matthew. After dislocating my elbow, it was definitely dislocated. I felt it go back in. It was crazy. But next at bat, grand slam, first home run of the year. I was surprised, but I could be more happy with my team. Calvin, everyone contributed. It was a great team win today.
Alrighty, big win from the Bombers. All right, I'm here with Matthew. What do you have to say about that tough loss? You know, you got started off good with them 2 home runs, but then lost it there in late innings. What do you have to say?
Yeah, the loss is on me. I fell apart there in the second inning. We had a couple tough breaks that we couldn't control, but I should have still gotten out of the inning. I got too worked up and wasn't controlling my stuff, and put Connor in a tough spot in the 3rd inning. And only so much we can do, but we can use this game for motivation going into the next couple games, and we're going to be at another level these next couple games for sure.
All right, appreciate it. Good luck to you, sir.